You can look thin in the mirror, wear the right size clothes, and even be at a healthy weight according to the charts, yet still have a ticking time bomb wrapped tightly around your liver, pancreas, and intestines. It is called visceral fat. It is the silent, hard fat that chokes your organs and slows your metabolism to a crawl. And the most dangerous part? Most of you have been told that the only way to get rid of it is to starve yourself with low-calorie diets and run on a treadmill until your knees give out. But here is the truth that changes everything. You can be in a calorie deficit and still store this dangerous belly fat. Because this fat does not care how much you eat, it cares about what is happening hormonally inside your body. Once you understand the one switch you need to flip, burning this fat becomes easier than you have ever been told. Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Carter, and welcome to Seniors Life Health. Today, we are going to fix a misunderstanding that has kept many people over 60 frustrated and unwell. First, we need to understand that not all fat is created equal. There is the fat you can pinch, the soft stuff right under your skin. That is called subcutaneous fat. It might be annoying, but it is generally harmless. Then there is the fat you can't pinch. This is the fat that sits behind the abdominal wall. If you push on your stomach and it feels hard, rather than soft and jiggly, that is visceral fat. Think of visceral fat like an invasive weed in your garden. It wraps itself around your vital organs and squeezes them. But it doesn't just sit there, it is biologically active. It releases inflammatory chemicals that travel through your bloodstream, leading to heart issues, type 2 diabetes, and extreme fatigue. It is essentially a warning sign that your body has been under stress for too long. So, why won't it go away, even when you eat salads and skip dessert? The answer lies in one hormone, insulin. For decades, we were told to focus on calories. But the body is not a calculator. It is a chemistry lab. Insulin is your storage hormone. Its main job is to take energy from food and store it in your cells. When insulin is high, your body is locked in storage mode. It is physically impossible for your body to burn fat when insulin is circulating in your blood. It is like trying to drive your car in reverse while the parking brake is still on. Here is what most people do not realize. Insulin spikes do not just come from eating a candy bar. They come from constant grazing. Every time you eat, whether it is a healthy apple, a handful of nuts, or a piece of toast, your insulin spikes. If you are snacking throughout the day, your insulin never has a chance to drop. You are keeping that parking brake pulled up tight 24 hours a day. Now, realizing that your timing is more important than your calorie count is a massive breakthrough. It means you aren't broken, you were just using the wrong map. Before we move to the next powerful remedy on how to actually flip this switch, if you found this first tip helpful, you can support our research team by clicking the Super Thanks Heart button below. And for priority answers to your specific health questions, consider joining our Seniors VIP family by hitting the Join button. Now let's talk about the metabolic switch that changes everything. The fastest way to burn visceral fat is not about doing more sit-ups or logging every calorie into an app. It is about something called metabolic switching. This is when your body shifts gears from burning the glucose from your last meal to burning your stored body fat for fuel. And the simplest, most natural way to trigger this is through a method Dr. Pradip Jamnadas and many other cardiologists call the natural reset. You might know it as intermittent fasting. Now please, do not let the word fasting scare you. I prefer to call it therapeutic resting. It is simply giving your digestive system a break so it can catch up. Here is how it works inside your body. When you stop eating, your insulin levels begin to fall, but this takes time. For the first few hours after a meal, your body is digesting. Then, it uses stored sugar in your liver. It is only after about 12 hours of no food that your insulin drops low enough for the body to say, "Okay, the easy energy is gone. Let's unlock the vault." That vault is your visceral fat. Think about that friend you know who eats clean, goes to the gym, but still has the belly. That is visceral fat in action. It is the kind of fat that does not burn until the body has stopped eating long enough to switch gears. If you are eating from 8 a.m. until 9 p.m., your body never needs to open the vault. It has a constant stream of cash or glucose coming in. To fix this, we don't need to starve. We just need to narrow the window of time in which we eat. For seniors, I recommend starting very gently. This isn't a race. Start by simply cutting out the late-night snack. Make sure you finish your dinner by 7 p.m. and do not eat anything again until 7 a.m. That is a 12-hour rest. You will sleep better and your digestion will thank you. Once that feels easy, you push breakfast back by just 1 hour. Now you are fasting for 13 hours, then 14. Ideally, we want to get you to a 16-hour fasting window a few times a week. For example, you finish dinner at 7 p.m. and you eat your breakfast at 11 a.m. the next day. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. When you extend that rest period past 16 hours, your body does something truly magical. It doesn't just burn fat, it recycles it. This process is called autophagy. It literally means self-eating, but a better way to think of it is spring cleaning. As we age, our cells accumulate junk, damaged proteins, old parts that don't work right, and toxins. When insulin is high, your body is in growth mode, so it ignores the mess. But when you fast and insulin drops, your body says, "Hey, we have no new food coming in. Let's look around for some spare parts." Your body starts hunting down those damaged cells and toxins stored in your visceral fat. It eats them up and recycles them into new, healthy cellular energy. This is vital for those of us over 60. Autophagy is the body's most powerful anti-aging tool. It lowers inflammation, improves your brain function, and helps detoxify that hidden fat around the liver. You are not just losing weight, you are rebuilding your body to work better than it did 10 years ago. Most people give up right before this magic starts. They get hungry at hour 10 and eat, but if they just drank a glass of water and waited, the hunger would pass and the healing would begin. So how do we put this into practice without feeling miserable? First, hydration is non-negotiable. When you are not eating, you must be drinking. Water, black coffee, or herbal tea are perfect. They do not spike insulin, so they do not break your fast. In fact, warm tea can help soothe the stomach if you feel a little rumble. Second, when you do break your fast, what you eat matters immensely. If you fast for 16 hours and then break it with a donut or a bowl of sugary cereal, you will send your insulin skyrocketing. You will feel terrible and you will store fat immediately. Instead, break your fast with protein and healthy fats. 2 eggs and half an avocado, a piece of salmon with asparagus, a handful of walnuts and some Greek yogurt. These foods keep insulin stable. They tell your body, we are safe, we are nourished, without triggering that storage mode again. Third, consistency is key. Doing this once won't fix years of metabolic stress, but you don't have to be perfect. Aim for a 16-hour fast 3 or 4 days a week. On the other days, just aim for 12 or 14 hours. You might be wondering, how long will it take to see the belly shrink? Every body is different. But remember, visceral fat is the most metabolically active. That means it is actually the first fat to go when you start this process. You might not see the scale move immediately because your body is healing on the inside first. You will likely notice your clothes fitting looser around the waist before you see a drop in pounds. That is a victory. That means the stranglehold on your organs is loosening. So, if you are still counting calories and wondering why the fat won't move, stop fighting your biology. Stop the constant snacking. Give your body the time it needs to clean house. Visceral fat burns fastest when your insulin is low and your meals are spaced out. You don't need to starve yourself. You just need to stop interrupting your body's natural repair cycle. Your body is not broken, my friends. It is just waiting for you to step out of the way so it can do what it was designed to do. If you want to know exactly which foods you should never eat when breaking a fast, because they will instantly shut down fat burning, you need to watch this next video right here. It's the perfect next step for your journey. I'm Dr. Adam Carter, and I'll see you there.